Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little different. Usually I do a tutorial, but I want to do a tutorial today to show you how I work a magic ring. Couple of things I want to mention before we do get started. Number one, I am right-handed, so I have no one that is left-handed to have work this for me to see if it works both left and right-handed. So having said that, if you are left-handed, will you give this a try, and in the comments let me know if it works or it doesn't. That way I can modify the title of this video to say yes, it does work for left-handed, or right-handed only. I would really appreciate that. Second, I want to say that I understand there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different ways to work a magic ring, right? This is not going to be the method for everyone. I just wanted to take the time to show you how I work it and then just kind of break it down step by step. Is this the easiest version? No, I understand there are different versions out there, but like I said, I just want to show you how I do it. And maybe this is going to work for some of you, maybe it won't. Who knows? But let's see, other than that, the only supplies you are going to need are whatever you are working with. So let's say you are working with a thread. You're working a pattern that calls for thread and a small hook. Same pattern. It doesn't matter what yarn or thread that you're working with or what hook you're working with. It's the same method. All right, so I do say I want to say that you are going to need a stitch marker. Reason being, no matter what the first stitch into the ring is, I always mark it with a stitch marker because it can get easy to lose. So definitely get yourself a stitch marker. Other than that, I mean, that's all you're going to need: hook, yarn, and a stitch marker. All right, so get your supplies together and let's get started. All right, so to get started, we are going to take our left hand, take our working yarn, and I want you to get, I'd say that's, roughly 7 inches. You're going to need that much of a tail. And what I want you to do is take your left hand, get your thumb out of the way, and I want you to take your working yarn from the front of your hand and lay it over your pointer finger and bring it back to the front. Separate your pointer finger and your pinky, and your 2 remaining fingers, your middle and your ring, I want you to wrap those twice. 1, 2, and then bring that tail to the front and set it on your pinky. Go ahead and bring your thumb down and hold that working yarn or your tail with your thumb and your pinky. All right, I'm going to do that one more time, and I actually going to get a little more slack. Okay, left hand facing you, your working yarn to the front of your hand. Go ahead and wrap your fingers once, separate your pointer and your pinky. Your 2 remaining fingers, I want you to wrap 1, 2, and come to the front. Set that working yarn on your pinky, hold it with your thumb and pinky, and then go ahead and bring this guy back up to the top of your pointer finger, and then bring in that working yarn underneath there. So your thumb and your pinky can hold both of these strands side by side. Right, like that. Bring this guy back up. He is going to slide down off your hand like this. No big deal. We just want to kind of get him back up there. All right, so this is what you should be looking like. I'm going to go ahead and show you one more time, okay? Plenty of tail. Take your left hand, get your thumb out of the way. From the front of your hand, come around, wrap all of your fingers. Bring your pointer finger up, get your pinky out of the way. The 2 remaining fingers, wrap 1, 2, come to the front, set that on your pinky. Hold with your thumb and go ahead and bring this guy back up to the tip of your pointer finger and slide it underneath your thumb so your thumb and your pinky are holding both of these ends side by side. Get him back up there. All right. Now we're going to take our crochet hook and we're going to come underneath these 2 strands. And all I want to do is just kind of get them closer to side by side, just like that. All right. Now there's a strand right here that's to the back of our hand. We're going to come underneath, grab that strand and pull through both of those loops. And then chain 1. So one more time, take your hook, go through these 2 strands, get them side by side, come up and grab that strand, pull through, and chain 1. All right. Now what I want you to do is pinch that chain 1 and then let go of everything. All right. So now take your working yarn and I want you to hold it in your hand just like you're crocheting. So what I do is I hold it between my ring finger and my pinky and then come under my hand and wrap around my pointer finger. We're going to get a hold of this ring and I want you just to hold the 2 loops. Don't hold that tail. Just the 2 loops. And we don't want them twisted on the front. They are going to overlap. You can see it right there. They're going to overlap on the back, which is perfectly fine. It's not going to hurt anything. We just don't want it to overlap on the front. All right, so now let's say your pattern says, 5 single crochet into the ring, into a magic ring. The single crochet into the ring, we only need to chain 1. So if you're going to work a double crochet into a magic ring, which that's not a lot of times I've seen a crochet pattern that says double crochets into the ring, but if it does, go ahead and chain 1 more. Same with a half double crochet, go ahead and chain 1 more. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going to work 6. I'm going to work 6 single crochet into the magic ring. So I'm going to make sure these 2 strands are laying right nice side by side, and I'm going to work 1 single crochet. And now just a little tip, I always mark my first single crochet with a marker into the magic ring. It's so easy to lose that first stitch when you're working into a magic ring, so I always recommend to mark that first one. All right, so I'm going to go 6. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more. There's 6. All right, so now we want to pull up a long loop because we don't want anything to happen and us lose that stitch that we just worked, right? So go ahead and pull up a long loop. And now what I want you to do is grab your work, which in this case is a 6 single crochet, and we can drop everything. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down and we're going to look right here. So I'm going to separate these legs. See that the overlap that we got right there that was at the back? That's perfectly fine. Just get that out of the way. What you should see is now, like I said at the beginning, I'm right-handed, so everything is going to be opposite for left-handed. But on the left-handed side of my work, I see my tail. You get out of here. I see my tail and a loop coming from the same place. And then if you look at this tail, I want to try to hold this. There we go. Now you guys can see it a lot better. See how the tail and this loop are coming from the same place, but this loop is by itself. So if I pull it apart, see? What I want you to do is take hold your 6 single crochet, look at the bottom of your work, and I want you to take the loop coming from the same side as your tail, and pull that. What we're going to do is close this loop. So I'm going to hold right here and pull that, and it closes that loop. Now what I want you to do, still holding your work, take your tail, and when we pull this, what that's going to do is close this big old loop we got here. So definitely make sure your working yarn and our loop that we pulled up for our last single crochet are out of the way. All right, so we're going to pull that tail. And there is your magic ring with your first single crochet marked because it's so easy to lose that stitch. Just like that. And then Let's say you want to start it all over again. You just pull it out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys one more time. Take your left hand. Now, I want to say something. There is such an easy way for this to get messed up, so I am kind of hoping this messes up so I can show you what to look for so you know that it's messed up, okay? And unfortunately, I can't show you till the end of making the magic ring. I know it's the way the cookie crumbles, but take your left hand, get your thumb out of the way. Your yarn coming from the front of your hand. Make sure you got plenty of tail because we've got to do all this wrapping and hold on to everything. We're going to, from the front of our hand, come around all of our fingers to the front. Separate your pointer and your pinky. Set that working yarn, or your tail, I should say, on top of your pinky. Hold that with your thumb and go ahead and bring this guy back up. Like I said, he's going to slide all over the place. No big deal. You know, pull it a little tight so you got a tension and slide it underneath your thumb and your pinky so that they're side by side and they're not overlapping. Hold on to that. Okay? Wait, I messed that up. We're supposed to wrap 1, 2, then slide underneath there. I'm sorry. Sorry. Start it all over again. Sorry, guys. That was my fault. Completely my fault. From the front of our hand, over, separate your pinky, or your pointer finger and your pinky. Wrap the 2 remaining fingers twice, come to the front, set on your pinky. Hold with your pinky and your thumb. Bring this guy back to the tip of your finger, the tip of your pointer finger, and go ahead and just pull him and make sure you got a little tension to him between your thumb and your pinky. Take your crochet hook, come underneath these 2 strands and get them side by side, not overlapping on the front. So if I turn my hand, there it is. You can see it kind of wants to overlap. It's fine on the back. Just, you know, try not to let it overlap on the front. Come up and we're going to grab that strand and pull through. And then we're going to go ahead and chain 1. Hold that chain 1, let go. So if I'm holding my work like this, what I want to see are these 2 legs side by side, but there is an overlap to the back. That's perfectly fine. We just don't want it on the front, okay? Come through your ring. Don't let it overlap on the front. We still got that little overlap on the back here. And we're going to work. So, okay, so if you're going to work the 6 single crochet or however many single crochet, you're going to go ahead and work the way you are now. But I want to show you now, let's say it says double crochet, but like I said earlier, I don't think I've ever seen a crochet pattern that says so many double crochet into a magic ring. But let's say you have one. Let's chain 1 more to get a little bit to the height of our double. So I'm going to go ahead and work 6 double crochet into my ring. 1. And like I said, always mark that first stitch. Super easy to lose. I gotta pick it up and get it right in front of my face to see. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pull up a loop so you don't lose that last stitch. Hold your work, let go of everything, bring it up, and let's look down here. See, we've got that little overlap right there. Get that out of the way. And you can see you have the tail, the loop over here by himself, and then you have this loop and the tail by itself over here. Grab the loop that's with the tail, make sure everything's out of the way, hold your work, pull the loop with the tail. Pull that tight and it'll close the ring. Get your working yarn and your loop, make sure that's out of the way, and pull your tail, get back here, pull your tail to close the magic ring. And there are your double crochets into the magic ring, which I definitely was going to need more than just, than just 6 to close up that ring, but there you go. Now it didn't do, let me undo this. I want to show you guys if it's messed up, how you know. So I'm just going to do this real quick. You don't have to follow along. I'm just trying to get to the point to where I can show you when it's messed up. One, I'm not even going to mark that first one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pull up a loop, and let's look. Okay, well, it's not messed up. Anyway, if you make the magic ring, okay, and let's say you look down here at the bottom, and let me try to make it look like it is. Let's say it looks like this. Let's say it looks like your loops are overlapped, or it let's say that your tail is on this side. It's messed up. Don't pull any of your loops. Just pull the whole thing out and do it all over again until you can this little overlap, get that overlap out of the way, and you can see when you're holding your work like this, your single crochets or what have you are to the bottom, and you're holding your work like this, and your tail is coming from this side. Don't pull anything, just pull it out and redo it. And what you need is on the left side of your work is your tail and a loop. And then on the right side of your work is just a loop. I'm trying to hold that to where you guys can see. Right, like that is what you should have. Pull the loop that's coming from the tail. Hold your work and pull that. Close it all up. Make sure your working yarn and your working loop are out of the way, and then pull that tail, and that closes up your loop. I hope that wasn't confusing, and I understand, like I said in the intro, I know there are so many different ways, and there's probably so many easier ways to make a magic ring. I just wanted to take the time to show you guys how I make my magic ring, and kind of break it down for you, so maybe it's a little easier to understand than some other videos. You never know, right? All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't, so you don't miss what's next. Leave me a comment and let me know what you guys thought of this. And tell me what's your preferred way. Do you like how kind of explain how you make it, or maybe suggest a video for someone else. Maybe they want to learn the magic ring. This version just isn't for them. Suggest a video or a YouTuber that shows a different way or a better way. I'm not going to judge anybody. I'm not the end all be all, Everybody's got their own way of learning. Let's all work together to figure it out so we all know how to do it. Okay, I'm going to quit yapping. Thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.